polka, called koputuspolka, which could be translated as the knocking polka. And it's also a slightly unusual tune because you get to hit your instrument like this. And I tend to tell a story that those people, you know, like in the old days in Finland, the wedding ceremony could last even 3 days with all the dancing and all the the rituals in the wedded couples' homes. And this tune, I suppose, if a fiddler was playing a lot of this tune, like you can see there's some of the lacquer already dropping out of my fiddle because I've been teaching this tune so much. But like the fiddlers who used to play this a lot back in time, they had like 1/4 missing from their but we'll now play the kind of like the global version of this tune first. And I say that so because you can find versions from all around Scandinavia and then nowadays from the States as well. And the standard way to knock the fiddle, it's just basically you do a pizzicato and then you knock like this. But then the Swedes, they have come up with their own version, and you know, Swedes are a very democratic nation. So they have invented a way where they kind of like do this kind of like happy fencing style with a partner. But then I was thinking like what could be a Finnish version? And I came up with, you know, like Finns are considered being very quiet and kind of melancholic and kind of inward turning people. So I just decided that we just hit out. So you get to see all these versions. Okay.
With Nordic music from Finland, from Denmark, even from Norway and Sweden. And one of our neighbors in Denmark is Scotland. It's just across the North Sea. There's been a lot of interaction between Denmark and Scotland, whole Britain, throughout the years. So we combined the Anglo-Celtic music tradition with the Nordic music tradition. And we have an excellent exponent for that tonight, and have had during the entire week. She's originally from Oregon, the coast of Oregon, but lives nowadays in Boston, and she's an expert on Scottish music. I'm so glad and honored to have Hanneke present here with us.
Thanks very much. Well, I've had a wonderful time working with all of these students this week, and I've been teaching them about Scottish music and about Cape Breton music. For those of you who don't know, Cape Breton is an island in Nova Scotia that a lot of Scottish people immigrated to. So it's like West Denmark for Danish people, for Scottish people. And so we dance tunes from Cape Breton. We learned a strathspey and a reel. And we're going to play those all together, but first we're going to play a beautiful, slow Scottish march. And it's good for our last night here at camp because it's called the Farewell. So, the dance class is going to kick this off. You guys.
we're going across the North Sea one more time and going back to Denmark. We'd like to play you a couple of traditional Danish dance tunes, and I wonder if some of these dance tunes actually have been played in this very hall here. The first one we're going to play is an old minuet. Minuet was a very popular dance in the 18th century, and this minuet comes from my region. I'm from Fyn. Do you know where Fyn is?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know where Fyn is, Fyn is here. Fyn is the garden of Denmark, and my house is just here. That's in the woods, in the hills, and 6 kilometers from the sea. So I take a swim in the sea most mornings, also in the winter time. And then I dig a hole if there's ice. It's very good, very healthy. And I feel very, very far from home when I'm here in the middle of the United States, because there's far away from the sea here. It's almost claustrophobic. The sea is great, and so is the music from the fiddler Rasmus Storm. He was a fiddler in the 18th century. And at that time, you couldn't travel away. You had to stay in your village.